I'm Ellen with blackfilm.com, and I am here with Nathanya Alexander, and we're talking about HBO Max dramedy series Generation. I
Yes.
am obsessed with this series already, and I mean, I'm not in high school. I haven't been in high school in a really long time. But there's something about this series that's so relatable across the board. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious about how the script found its way to you, and then what did you think about the message the story or the series was trying to convey?
Well, I got an audition for it and then followed by a call back. And then before you know it, they called me up and said, "We're flying you out to LA and we're going to shoot the pilot. And you got the role."
Nice.
And just pinch me because this is a dream job. I'm like having the best time of my life working on this. And when I first read the script, I was completely excited and I was freaking out because all of these characters are amazing, and to be playing someone like Ariana who's just raw, unfiltered, says what she wants, and she's like always on 100. That's honestly a dream to be playing her.
Yeah, I could imagine. I mean, that's one of the first things that drew me into this series, just how, like you said, unfiltered your character Ariana is. I mean, I wish I was her in high school. And you know what's
Yeah.
I wish I was her right now in life.
I know, like when do you ever get to really say what's on your mind?
I
Ever.
mean, yeah, some of the things that come out of her mouth are just priceless. They are gold. And there's a lot to be said about, Gen Z's audacity, right? It's just this attitude of, I have some things to say, I have some things to get off my chest, and I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
How far removed is Ariana from Nathanya?
Oh, completely.
Really? Okay.
Completely. Ariana and I are two separate people. We're nothing alike. She's unfiltered. I'm not. She was born and raised in Orange County with two gay dads,
Right.
and that's definitely not where I was born. And I don't have experience with, you know, um, all the things that she has. So it was a process to get to her.
Mhm.
I had a lot of conversation with Zelda Barnes and the showrunners.
Yeah.
And Zelda, she's amazing. Like she writes these characters that she knows in real life. So we were able to pull from experiences that she's experienced in her life, and she knows these characters. And she was just like, there's friends that I have that do have two dads and that do have two mothers, and that was a world that I wasn't familiar with,
Yeah.
and so I needed to create this character from the ground up. So I created a journal for her. I created
Wow.
playlists. I created playlists for her, and I really like dissected each line that she has and tried to figure out what's the subtext. And
Yeah.
even though she's this large character that says whatever she wants, there is a lot of heart there. There's a lot of hurt there, um, behind that wall, and behind all the jokes. There is a sweetheart, and throughout the season, you get to see a lot of her vulnerability.
And I love the idea because it's so relatable of how we use humor and jokes to sort of mask what we're feeling,
Yes.
be it good, bad, or ugly. And that's kind of synonymous across the board in this series with all the characters. But I think as teenagers, that's our immediate go-to is humor. And so as you were kind of building this character, what were any challenges, or were there any challenges in terms of connecting?
Hmm. I don't think what really helped me was
Mhm.
being in a cast with um, talented, phenomenal actors. Like when we're together, the chemistry that we have on and off screen. I think the chemistry that we have off screen really helps us on screen, because when we're there in the scenes, we support each other. We're there with each other. We're there in this world, and we're creating with each other, which I think helps me a lot to just be able to depend on my castmates. And a lot of the cast, they are from Gen Z, so
Yeah.
they know it. They know this world to a T, which helps a lot.
And what makes this show additionally special is, like you said, it's created by Zelda Barnes and her dad.
Yeah.
So it lends, a certain level of authenticity. And so when you speak about the cast, the ensemble cast is phenomenal in that chemistry. It's such a diverse cast.
Yes.
And so, like, what were some of the things or the advice or the, words of encouragement you guys gave to each other to just kind of get through your roles?
Well, specifically, I had a lot of scenes with Lukita, Maxwell, and Chloe East, and we had like really emotional scenes
Yeah.
with each other, like
Yeah.
in the first 4 episodes. So we were constantly checking in with each other, like, are you okay? Anything you need, I'm there for you. And just like being able to trust each other with all of those vulnerable scenes and emotional scenes, and
Yeah.
being there with each other. And that in itself like made the whole process
I
just
can
like
imagine.
easier and fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that without giving too much away, that bathroom scene, that scene
Oh,
running through the mall with the
oh
pink.
my gosh.
I was torn on whether to laugh or to cry. Like I didn't know how to feel about it, but I knew that I felt something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so yeah, when you speak about some of those difficult scenes, that was definitely one of it where humor was used a lot, but we're also dealing with a serious situation here. I mean, how emotional did it get?
It was emotional. Like we gave all of ourselves to that scene, especially when it got to the emotional part.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, we were like, "Oh my gosh, that was that was a lot." But that scene called for all of that. But it was definitely emotional. We were there with each other, just like checking in at all times, and the directors and everyone on set was just amazing during those scenes.
What's the most memorable part of this experience? What has that been?
Uh, I think all of it, honestly. All of it. I can't pick a specific moment.
Yeah.
Um, I feel extremely blessed to be working with this cast and this team, and all of our group stuff where everyone's in the same scene together. It's so much fun. Like when we're all there in those group scenes, I think we all have a lot of laughs, and it's really good energy on set.
Yeah, you guys look like you've known each other for years. Was that your first time meeting the cast, or had you known a few people? Okay, it was the first time.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm meeting the whole cast, and it's like as soon as we met each other, everyone clicked immediately, and it's like we all knew each other for a while. But also, like we've been working on this project since 2019,
Okay.
so it's been a long time that we've been together, and um like we've all created such strong bonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there has been some comparisons to other teen series. How would you say Generation stands apart from other shows?
Oh, I think I'm like really excited for all of these teen shows, because we talk about this a lot with each other on the cast. It's just like all of them are so different,
Yeah.
and you get a perspective. You get a perspective into different kinds of teenage life. Um, like my teenage life was different than all of the rest of the, like in real life.
Yeah.
My teenage life was different than anyone else's in the cast, and all of our teenage lives were different from each other. So the fact that now we're able to see representation with different kinds of teenage experiences on screen. It's just I love it. And with our show, like, we're really tapping into the weird things that teenagers go through, the fun, the emotional parts, the scary parts, and we're not shying away from anything. But most importantly, like, even though there's a lot of um, tough emotional parts in the show, there's also a lot of light and funny moments, which I can appreciate. Yeah.
And you bring up a good point with the word representation, and that transcends beyond age. You can have emotional representation,
Yes.
mental representation, because again, while I'm not a teen, there were so many moments that I connected to,
Yeah.
which made me an immediate fan. I can't wait to see the rest of the show. I'm invested in these characters. I'm invested in Ariana and just seeing like where she goes from here. I love your character. I love what you bring on screen. It's so authentic.
Thank you.
It's so dope. And you're a good actor. And for those that don't realize that you were in Ocean's 8 back in 2019. And so my quick question about that is, what was that like being a part of a kick-ass female team? My God.
Oh my gosh, it was incredible. Like, it was my first like studio anything.
Wow.
And I was so nervous when I got on set, because I was like, are all of these icons really gonna be here, and am I really gonna be sharing the screen with these amazing women that I've watched my whole life? And
yeah,
I'm fans of their work. And I was in the dressing room. I was in the hair and makeup trailer. I think I was like in the makeup trailer before going on set for Ocean's 8, and Sandra Bullock was there. And I didn't know, I was sitting in my chair, and she was like right next to me, and she put her hand over to get my attention, and I looked, and there she was. She was like, "I'm so excited to meet you. I heard your self-tape was amazing. Like, I'm so excited to be working with you." And just like, my heart dropped. I like froze. I was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you. Like, I can't wait
what else
to work
can you
with
say?
you." And then Rihanna was just a dream to work with too. And like the whole cast that I met that day, they were amazing. So it was definitely one for the books, for sure.
What a way to start the party, like
Yeah.
list of the high. But I feel like that just kind of sets the tone for the rest of your career. Like, there's nowhere to go but up.
Yes, and to be able to play like a cool teen hacker,
right?
like Veronica, that was like, and in my life, like, I was always into technology and computers growing up. So when I got this role, I was like, "Oh, this is so good. I know this girl. I know this girl."
That's why you were so good at it, right? So, because you've been that girl, you are that girl. And then being a smart teen hacker that's contributing to like this major play in this movie, that is incredible. Wow.
Thank you.
So what's next for you? What should we be on the lookout for?
Oh man, I mean, only time will tell, right? I'm so excited for what's to come, and I just really hope to just keep working. I love acting. This is what I've been doing my entire life, and I just hope to just keep working. And honestly, like, I really want to work with Viola Davis, so I'm manifesting that.
Put that into the energy.
I'm putting that into the energy, putting that into the world. So I just want to work with amazing artists and create art.
And maybe our next interview will be in a movie that you were in with Viola Davis. How crazy!
Yes, that would be nuts.
Full
Let's keep
circle.
manifesting that.
Right.
Let's keep manifesting that.
I love that you are going to be in households with Generation. And it debuts on HBO Max with 3 episodes on Thursday, March 11th.
Yeah.
Sum up in a few words what people should expect with this series.
Expect amazing fashion.
Oh, that's right.
Right. Expect powerful characters who are individually unique, and expect to be sucked into a world that you're gonna fall in love with.
Perfect. Because I did. All those things happened to me, so I'm pretty sure that's just going to be the same for the rest of the world. Thank you, Nathanya, so much for talking with me. It's a pleasure meeting with you, and I can't wait to watch the rest of the series and see you in it.
Thank you so much. This was so much fun. Thanks for having me.
New episodes of Generation will be available to stream on HBO Max every Thursday starting March 11th.